So you're a service pattern designer and you're wondering, why in the world do I need an email list anyway? Well, this is for you. An email list allows you to connect with your audience, whether you're trying to license with different companies, whether for fabric or wallpaper or ribbon, whatever company you're trying to license with. Or maybe you're an instructor for surface pattern designers for people who want to learn surface pattern design. Well, whatever the case, you have a reason to have an email list because it makes you engaged with the audience that you have. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what opt-in to create as a surface pattern designer. I think a lot of people assume that as a surface pattern designer, your only role is to create patterns and then the floods of people will come, and that's not how it works. Hi, I'm Amanda Storrs, and no, I am not an artist anymore. No, I do not make surface pattern designs anymore, but I will tell you this. I know a lot about both of those fields because I put time and love into them, and that's why I wanted to create this video. Click that like button if you have a ton of collections ready to go, but you don't know how to market it. You don't know how to get all those eyes on that portfolio that you have poured your time into. You have to market those patterns well for people to notice you. Otherwise, all that hard work that you put into those patterns is going to be completely wasted. Let's just say that you spent months or weeks preparing and making this beautiful collection. You have your hero prints, you have your blender prints, you have it ready to go for this collection for your surface pattern design. But the thing about it is it doesn't matter how much time you put into it if you're not going to market it. So the way that you would market it is you would simply grow your email list and send out an email, and in that email you're going to be talking about your promotions. You're going to build that excitement for the collection being live. Where can they find the patterns and what license place are they finding those patterns so that they can go ahead and purchase the fabric and everything that has to do with it. You're also going to be emailing them if you have any sales going on. Let's say for Black Friday or maybe a semi-annual sale within your website, whatever you're going to be doing. Maybe the place that your license is having a sale and you want to promote that to your audience. And the best way to do that is through an email list. Subscribe if you are wanting to learn how to market your business well, even as an artist. One of the problems I see with any type of artistic design background for businesses is they assume that social media is the best place to display everything that they've created. But that isn't the best way. You are competing with an algorithm and you're competing with other people that have a ton of different designs. So let's say maybe your ideal client is someone who creates quilts and they want to buy your fabric and you're hoping that they buy your fabric. So what you're going to do is you're going to put all of your collection on social media. What if they are following over 500 different surface pattern designers because they love all of their fabrics and all of their styles? What does that leave for you? So you either compete with the 500 other fabric designers that they love, or you're going to compete with the people in their inbox, their email inbox. Let's say you get 15 emails a day, right? Let's just say on average, those 15 emails get opened. That means that you would only be competing as a business owner, as a surface pattern designer, with only 14 other people. Emails help you build trust. They help you connect with the story of how you made your collection, what inspired you, what patterns did you draw from the environment around you, and then they buy into the story because the story is what is going to make them connect with you and want to have anything to do with your future collection. So let's go through some of the possibilities when it comes to creating something called an opt-in. You're basically offering them a free gift and in exchange for their name and their email address. So some of those options as a surface pattern design is making something very visual. So that is your strength and that's what you need to focus on when creating and choosing an opt-in. Opt-ins are only as successful as who you're creating it for. So always keep your ideal client in mind. Is that going to be a company coming in wanting to license you with that collection that you've created? Or is it going to be someone who's trying to learn surface pattern design? So you're either going to be creating a lead magnet for that as a professional career, or as a professional instructor. One of them could be a PDF, something that you create in a really simple design program like Canva. You're probably already familiar with Adobe Illustrator or some type of visual platform like that to create a PDF. The PDF could be about 50 places that you could see my pattern on, and you can have mock-ups for those 50 places. You're already creating mock-ups for your portfolio, so why not put that into a PDF so that someone who wants to see those 50 places with your patterns already on them, such as a baby shirt or on the cover of a journal or the string of a ribbon, whatever it may be, let them go ahead and download that so they can see your collection in real life. Another one could be a quiz of how they can see your patterns at your house. So maybe you're trying to get them familiar with your collections. Let's say you have 5 different collections and they kind of all have a certain theme. So you're trying to get them to take this quiz and get their name and email address and deliver the quiz. So you could be trying to figure out their style and then guide them towards your collection, that specific designed collection. Maybe it's for something, I'm drawing a blank. Maybe it's for the beach, maybe it's for something more bohemian, whatever the style may be, you're trying to let them figure it out. You're guiding them towards that specific collection, such as on Spoonflower, and then they can buy directly from you and you make the sale. If you're on the instructor side of things and you're teaching some type of surface pattern design or artistic element to your business, then maybe you could create a mini course. The only way they can access this mini course or a master class of you showing them how to do step-by-step of creating a pattern is if, that's right, give their name and email address. A really simple one that you wouldn't have to create is go ahead and give a discount on your products. Let's just say that you give 25% for the first item that they buy from your Spoonflower shop or whatever shop that you have, and then they can give you their name and email address in exchange, and then you'll send them that 25% discount code in their first email. Another one is a social challenge. So if you're an instructor and you're trying to teach them a specific art skill, then you would create maybe 30 days of topics that they would have to create on their own as far as patterns. So the first day of July, they are going to make a 4th of July themed pattern. And then the next day, they would take that first pattern and then add on to it maybe like a blender pattern. So by the end of those 30 days, they're going to have a full collection of patterns, and it introduces them to your instructional style, and they have that community within like a Facebook group so that they could get to know each other, and then they'll want to stay if you have some type of surface pattern design membership. And I already mentioned this, but what about a Facebook group? Let's say that you have a surface pattern design audience, maybe on Instagram, but there's no one interacting with you in a community setting. One of the best ways to do that is to invite them to your Facebook group, your free Facebook group, and the only way that they can get in is giving their name and email address. Let's say you have already created a portfolio for your favorite licensed company. So what I want you to do is simply make that portfolio a secret. So the only way to access the portfolio is if they gave you their name and email address, and then you would send them access to your portfolio in that first email that they receive from you. That's something that you're already creating anyway, so you might as well make it a secret, and then once somebody comes on and they look at your portfolio, whether they are trying to learn surface pattern design or they're thinking about offering a license to you for your collection, either way, they're getting familiar with you, and you can start them through a series of emails to get to know you and the story behind that collection. And if you're wondering, do I have to send out individual emails to all these people? Absolutely not. That's where an email service provider comes in, such as Flowdesk or ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign. Whoever email service provider you choose, they would do the work for you. So basically, you would send out that first part of your opt-in in that first email you send, and then you set up something called an automation. I'm not going to take a deep dive into automations, but basically the first email comes, you wait a couple days, and then the next email will come automatically for you on the back end of your business. If you have no idea what it is or what email marketing is, and you want some type of idea of why you need it in your business as a whole, because you are a business, even as an artist and a service pattern designer, then I'll link that video right here. It all comes down to the reality that you do not own your social following. You do own your email list. So if tomorrow all of your followers were wiped clean and all those precious posts with all those patterns and mock-ups and everything were wiped clean, you would have a backup plan. You would be able to email your email list and say, hey, I have a collection coming out on Friday. Oh, and by the way, my Instagram has a new account because it was wiped clean. That backup plan is what is going to save your business. No more starting from scratch. No more relying on an algorithm. No more doing reels if you don't want to. It all comes down to having that plan B and making sure that you have some type of backup plan when it comes to marketing your designs and your collections and your time well. I want you to see the potential of using email marketing even in a really artistic field and career. You are a business owner, and because you are a business owner, you need to know all aspects of marketing your business well.